So friends, today we have to get idea about very interesting topic, that is biofertilizer industries. From this topic also we have to get idea about the one of the type of a biofertilizer, that is a nitrogen fixing biofertilizer. In the last lecture we have got idea about what is biofertilizer, which are the types of the biofertilizer. Out of that one we have to get idea about the today, that is of a nitrogen fixing biofertilizer. My friends, if I ask questions to you, what is the percentage of a nitrogen in the atmosphere, then you could be able to tell that that is nothing but the 78%. So although 78% of a nitrogen is present in the atmosphere, means we are in the sea of atmosphere, or we have to say that the plants are in the sea of atmosphere. They cannot use that nitrogen, atmospheric nitrogen or molecular nitrogen, because the system, the specific is not available with the most of the plants. I have to say very few plants or some plants are having a ability to fix the atmospheric nitrogen, and that fixed atmospheric nitrogen by some plant is used by other plants, or we have to use as a biofertilizer to that organisms, isn't it? So the organisms which are having ability, capacity to fix the atmospheric nitrogen are we have to use as a nitrogen fixing biofertilizer. Now which are those organisms? There are the bacteria, there are the fungi, some members of the blue-green algae are also there. These organisms are specialized actually in fixing atmospheric molecular nitrogen. As already I have said to you, some system is there, some methodology, some I have to say that the mechanism is there with the nitrogen fixing biofertilizer, or we have to say the nitrogen fixing organisms. Either it may be the blue green algae or it may be the bacteria or fungi. Out of that one, some bacteria like the rhizobium, acetobacter, azospirillum are used as a biofertilizer. Now in that one also bacteria having, I have to say that the two types of the bacteria are there. Nitrogen fixing bacteria one type, but again other two types are there, is symbiotic nitrogen fixing bacteria and asymbiotic nitrogen fixing bacteria. In the sense, with the help of another partner, both are beneficial in that one, so that association is known as a symbiotic. So such a association in which bacteria are also fixing the atmospheric nitrogen, so that are the symbiotic, and the azotobacter and azospirillum like bacteria are there that are not symbiotic, they are free living, they never take help, or there is no any partners with them for the fixing of atmospheric nitrogen. In the sense, two types, that is symbiotic and asymbiotic type of bacteria. Cyanobacteria means blue green algae that shows presence of a heterocyst. Blue green algae like Anabaena, Alusoria, Calothrix, Nostoc, Cytonema, Stigonema, Calothrix, Haplosiphon are the, we have to say that the blue-green algae, cyanobacteria are there, which are having a mechanism, which are having a specific part, that is a heterocyst, and with the help of that heterocyst they are fixing the atmospheric nitrogen. But some non-heterocystous blue-green algae are there, Oscillatoria or Plectonema are there, that are also fixing the atmospheric nitrogen. Again, already we know that some fungi also fixes atmospheric nitrogen, and that comes under the Basidiomycetes and Zygomycetes, isn't it? And they forms a mantle around the roots of the higher plants, commonly known as a mycorrhizae. The mycelium may be of a Ictoriando genus. The hyphae enter the roots and forms one of the bladder-like structure. Is a member are known as a VAM, vesicular arbuscular mycorrhiza. Examples are Acaulospora, Gigaspora, Glomus, Sclerocystis is there. Friends, we have to get idea about the single again, Rhizobium. It consists of active strains of symbiotic nodule forming bacteria, Rhizobium. Kuta sapadta, where it occurs, where it grows, which are the partners of this Rhizobium genus. So definitely there are, I have to say that, root nodule having leguminous plants, isn't it? Whenever root nodules are there, if we'll see in that root nodule, so definitely there is a Rhizobium bacteria we will be able to find out, isn't it? It is a rod-shaped gram-negative bacterium. These are freely living in the soil, and when they comes in contact with the leguminous roots, they forms root nodules. And definitely there are the 7 species which are specific to the crop. Keep in mind, microorganisms are, or pathogens most of times, or we have to say that nodule producing bacteria are very much specific in case of their, I have to say that, the host, isn't it? Now, my friends, you might be knowing with the help of this slide is there how they are very much specific. As this is the diagram, we will be able to see that where the root nodules are there on a leguminous root system we have taken. So rhizobium forming a root nodules on these roots. So as already we know that actually specific rhizobium forms a root nodules on a specific host root system. So here we will be able to rhizobium trifolium, that is forms a root nodules on only to this. Rhizobium trifoli will not form nodules on a phaseolus beam. Keep in mind, phaseoli forms on phaseolus, lupini forms on lupins, japonicum forms a glycine, soybean, and melitioli forms in a trigonella. So they are very much specific in case of their root system or partner or nodule producing host. Now the symbiotic bacteria forms a nodule on the roots of the leguminous plants and provides a biological fix the nitrogen to the host, and in exchange of that product of the products of the photosynthesis. So friends, you have to keep in mind symbiotic association means both partners are benefited here. One partner, that is our bacterium, rhizobium bacteria, fixes atmospheric nitrogen which is provided to the plant for their development and growth, and in exchange of that one the host produces photosynthetic product to the rhizobium bacteria. So there is a both partners are benefited from each other. That's why that association, such type of association is known as a symbiotic association. So we know that actually this bacteria enters the root through the root hairs or at the point of origin of the secondary root and colonize the cortex of the root and forms a bacterioid. Keep in mind, the host synthesizes a pink substance like hemoglobin, having a lot of importance, which surrounds the bacteria and enabling them to metabolize the molecular nitrogen. The green and brown nodules do not make contribution to the host in case of nitrogen fixing. So you have to keep in mind pink nodules in which we will be able to find out the rhizobium, and in the case of, we have to say that brown and green, whenever nodules are there, in that one we will not be able to find out the rhizobium or nitrogen fixing bacterium. So already we have seen all these things, and there are, we know that various strains and specific strains are required for the nodulation in a particular leguminous crop. TS of root nodule shows a central bacterioid zone. Now, what are the applications of this biofertilizer? Bacterioid is a non-motile stage. You have to keep in mind, my friends, as we know that whenever bacteria, rhizobium bacteria, enters in the root system, cortex zone of the root system of the host, at that time that becomes a bacterioid. Non-motile one stage is there of that life cycle. Rhizobium for obtaining a pure culture of respective stages of rhizobia. The healthy plant with nodules are selected. We have to say that isolate from that one and produce a rhizobium biofertilizer on a large scale. So we have to select first of all healthy plant with the nodule and root system washed under the running water. Healthy unbroken pink colored nodules are to be selected, because we know that pink colored nodule can only able to. Now, how to apply once biofertilizer with us, at that time that biofertilizer we have to how to apply to the seed itself made available. So here this methodology you will be able to see that here actually the sugar 50 gram and 500 ml of water, we have to boil it, isn't it? Add some gum into that one, 200 gram means 500 gram sugar, 500 gram water, 200 gram gum of Arabic. The gum it is for get stick to the. Now let's heat this solution for only 15 minutes. After heating we have to cool that, isn't it? Most important thing, cooling is required. Cool to the room temperature, and then we have to add here the biofertilizer. Mix with this cool, we have to say that mixture of a sugar, water and gum arabica, and then we have to add to inoculum to this slurry, isn't it? Inoculum mixed with the slurry is there, seeds are there, inoculum of biofertilizer is there, and this such a type of a mixed things thoroughly, seeds sufficient for 1 acre of a land. Now and again dry the seeds in the shade on the paper, is it directly that drying, or we have to say that drying of a seed to which we have applied biofertilizer with the help of a sugar, water and gum arabica mixture. So that we have to dry in the shade. After drying, that we have to take the seeds with we have to say that a cover up a seeds with cover up a biofertilizer. Rhizobium is there, rhizobium strains are there, isn't it, that we have to sow into the field. So this is the method of application of a biofertilizer. Rhizobium is cultured by the following steps in the laboratory. As we have seen actually how to culture in large scale. We know that we have to go into the field, we have to select the specific host, we have to select the root nodule which is having a color pink, and that material we have to take to our laboratory, and that material we have to develop a rhizobium bacteria on a large scale, and then you have to mix with the powder pit, that is neutral material. This carrier material is neutralized with the calcium carbonate, autoclaved and mixed with the culture rhizobium. Mixture is cured in the tray for 2 to 5 days and then packed in polythene bags. Now the applications of a rhizobium biofertilizer, it involves, as we know that how to use this biofertilizer, that is a pelting method is there. Seeds of leguminous crops such as a bean, groundnut, trigonal etc. coated with, means cover we have to develop on a seeds, that is of a rhizobium biofertilizer, coated with the slurry of a rhizobium inoculum. Sprinkling of a rhizobium biofertilizer in the field during the sowing also shows a good results in the growth of the seedlings. So it is used again crops such as a gram, mung, bean and soybeans is there. So you have to keep in mind, my friends. So this is the exact information about the nitrogen fixing biofertilizer, that rhizobium having capacity, when that gets converted into bacterioid into the root nodules, fixes atmospheric nitrogen, and that nitrogen is provided to the leguminous plant, and in exchange of that one, that host leguminous plant provides a photosynthetic products to the bacterium. With this, my friends, thank you very much. You have to remember all these things. You visit to the fields, you have to uproot the leguminous plant, wash the root system of that leguminous plant thoroughly, and then you have to observe the pinkish colored root nodules on that one, in which that pinkish color is because of presence of a leg hemoglobin. As we know that actually the brown and green colored the nodules of the root system never useful to the plant, means they are not providing nitrogen to the growing leguminous plant, only the pinkish colored root nodules, and from that pinkish colored root nodules will be able to pinkish colored root nodules will be able to isolate the rhizobium, and that rhizobium we can grow on a bacterial culture in the laboratory at sterilized condition or controlled conditions, and then that rhizobium we have to mix with the neutral lignite coal like substances, and that mixed we have to keep into the polythene bags, and once that polythene bags are given to the farmer, then farmer have to prepare the solution of a sugar, gum arabica and water, that is to be boiled. After boiling, make it cool, and then in that one we have to add the rhizobium which is we have taken from the market in the polythene bags, mix that thoroughly. In that inoculum we have to, that slurry we have to apply to the specific seeds, isn't it? And that seeds we have to dry in the shade, and then we have to sow that seeds which are having a coating of a rhizobium biofertilizer. With this note, thank you very much.